To begin the journey, I'd like to invite you to a simple but visual metaphor. Could I ask you to help me draw a small boat? Please take a moment to sketch it any way you like. Just a simple image. You can write the word boat inside so you know what it represents. That will be enough. Let's imagine we're on a boat and we hope to travel from point A to point B. Now, depending on the current, one of two things can happen. The current flows with the direction of the boat. The current flows against it. If the current is flowing with us, and we have someone steering the boat, or even an engine, then the journey is easy. The boat will drive forward quickly and effortlessly. In fact, even if we stop rowing or turn off the motor, the boat may still continue on toward point B, carrying the current. But what if the current flows against us? If we have no one steering and no engine, the boat won't reach its destination. It may drift endlessly or even be pushed back. If we do have someone steering and some engine power, we might still make it, but it will require real effort and persistence. Now, when the scientists shared this metaphor with me, they pointed at something profound. In the lives of most people, perhaps 90 out of every 100, maybe even 99. The journey toward what we desire is filled with effort, struggle, and hardship. And the moment we stop striving, stop growing, stop reaching forward, our lives begin to lose momentum. So this raises an important question. Are we rowing our boats against the currents of life? Because if we are, then no wonder it feels like a struggle. We must constantly steer, row, push just to move forward. But the moment you let go, you drift backward. Those chances revealed that in this metaphor, the current itself represents the laws and principles of life, the unseen rules that shape our reality. If we live in harmony with these principles, if we flow with the current, then life becomes easier. Our efforts multiply. Our journey feels supported, not resisted. That's why we created the journey of inner awareness. It exists to help each of us understand the laws and principles that guide human life, so we can begin to move with them, not against them. This is the first symbol I want to share with you about a current. A life lived in harmony with the principles of existence. And so we begin this 21-day journey with one clear intention: transformation. We'll use this image and laws behind it to support your path, a path of transformation within your consciousness. You could say, this is a journey of inner transformation, a return to living in flow with life itself. This journey was designed with a deep recognition. Every one of us carries within and around us a kind of cocoon. This cocoon also surrounds us in layers. For most people, it's made up of about 6 layers, subtle but powerful barrier. There are not physical walls, but barriers of perceptions, limitations in how we see ourselves and the world. In the world, we call them self-limiting beliefs or perception blocks. One common form of this is diminishing oneself. It leads to limiting self-awareness, the quiet belief that we are just ordinary, or worse, that we are not capable of greatness. This is one of the most common limitations. We silently decide what we cannot do long before we even try. In the language of inner world, we could say that this person is held back by limited self-awareness. And almost all of us carry some version of the unfit, another kind of layer of the cocoon is the fear of failure. Because of this fear, we hold back, we hesitate, we avoid, we even try. We takes the wheel and we stay stuck. And then there's the fear of criticism or judgment, a barrier that many carry, often deeply tied to loved ones. We worry about what our partners will say, what our families will think, what society will assume. This fear, too, holds us back from stepping into our own growth. Another is the sense that we lack the right conditions, not enough resources, support, or readiness to take action. So we delay, we tell ourselves, I'm not ready yet. Then there's the feeling of lacking understanding, the sense that we don't know enough, that we are not informed enough to begin. And perhaps most silently of all, the absence of a vision for the future. When we don't know where we are going, our actions lose direction and we spring back. These 6 barriers form the cocoon that holds us in place. They keep us from taking that next step. They block our transformation. And to truly change, to transform, we must break free from the inside out. Let me share a simple metaphor. A chicken egg, when cracked or forced from the outside, becomes food. But when light breaks through from the inside, it becomes a living being. In the same way, transformation born from external pressure, suffering, loss, crisis may push us forward, but only temporarily. But only temporarily. Temporarily. If pain isn't enough to make us change, greater pain may follow. And if that still doesn't work, life may bring suffering so deep we are left with no choice. And if even that doesn't awaken us, then the loss may arrive, forcing transformation to grief or collapse. But the sages teach us a different path. Transform not because of suffering, but because of love. Because you love yourself enough to grow. Because you long to expand. Because you wish to live more fully. This is the foundation of our 21-day journey, a path that invites you to awaken from within, to release the limitations of self-awareness and rise beyond them, like a rocket preparing to launch. Imagine yourself held down by 6 heavy chains. The engine is running. You're ready. And the moment those 6 chains are released, you shine. Many people spend years trying to change their lives, using countless strategies, but the great teachers remind us the fastest path to transformation is to dissolve the inner limits we placed on ourselves. Once these 6 limitations are lifted, your world becomes limitless. Just imagine what happens when you see your future clearly, when you know what you want and believe you can create it, when you stop fearing failures, criticism, and limitation, when you rise above your self-doubt, you become unstoppable. That's why this program exists. And it was created with the guidance of the wise mentors and life-changing teachers to help us walk a path of inner transformation where we live by the laws of growth, awareness, and self-liberation. We don't need to wait for pain or loss to force us to change, to grow, because we choose to love. Write this down. It speaks to you. Let us be transformed not by suffering, but by love. When a person feels truly loved by a teacher, a friend, a family, or even by life itself, that love can awaken profound change. That's how the journey begins. It was love that moved me to create this page. Love from a teacher, love from those who walked silent, and it may be the love of your family or a friend that brought you here. Now let it be the honor for yourself that fuels this transformation. You don't need to wait for heartbreak. You don't need to suffer to grow. Let this be your moment, rooted in compassion and clarity and freedom. I am deeply grateful you're here. So we begin. Let's give ourselves a round of applause as we step together into this journey of deep inner awareness. Let's begin with one of the 5 principles that will walk with us throughout this journey. That's called the principle of light.